You guys freaking love White Castle here in Orlando. We've got the world's biggest one over there. And then right behind me, there's so many of you that like it. They had to rent another place for a to-go spot apparently. But today we're gonna get into 4 different spots that I've been talking about for the past 3 or 4 years that are finally under construction and moving along. And one of them that has now been canceled. Stay tuned. One of the biggest developments to come to Orlando is OTown West, and many of you guys in the comments recently have been very anti-development, but this one I'm positive is going to make Orlando better just because this whole entire area where we're at off of Daryl Carter Parkway and I-4, it's really been very good for both people that live here locally and to free up a lot of traffic. But what exactly is OTown West? OTown West is a 350-acre development by Unicorp, Orlando's largest developer, and it's really got a mix of residential, apartment, living. You've got a lot of food options that make everything easier in this area, things that we just didn't have before, like White Castle and Portillo's and Jeff's Bagel Run, 3rd location coming here to OTown West. On top of that, you've got Marriott World Vacations right down here with 1,600 employees that are going to be working right in the buildings around here. And so it's really leveling up the entire area of 32836 and sort of the east side of that zip code. If you're thinking about living in OTown West, you have a few different options. You've got Ruby Lake, which is an old MI and Pulte neighborhood that's really resale at this point. Some of the rooftop decks up there have got firework views, which is very cool. Down the road, we've got a new Pulte neighborhood that's going to be one of the last opportunities to build a brand new house in Dr. Phillips, and that's called Parkview Reserve. My guess is those are going to start in the 800 to 900 range. Then you've got a lot of different apartment options in the area. You've got the Bentley, which is dubbed one of the nicest apartment buildings in Orlando. It's gated, really high amenities, and the Glass House, which is also an elevated actual luxury apartments. You know when you drive by apartments, it says luxury and all it really means is that they've got granite. These are actually very nice apartments to live in. One of the things that people complain about is that Florida doesn't keep up with their infrastructure the way that they should. Well, Daryl Carter Parkway here didn't exist. This 4-lane highway didn't exist maybe a year ago before they started bringing a lot of this in. You've got the new high school, which is Lake Buena Vista High, go Vipers, and then a lot of other roads coming in here. Daryl Carter will eventually have its own exit from I-4, and it's alleviating a lot of the stress down at Sand Lake by being able to come up and through here. So for those living in the OTown West or Dr. Phillips area, they've really done a great job with the infrastructure. One thing right up over the road here, when you leave OTown West, it goes into 32821, which is a completely different zip code. You've got Williamsburg over here, you've got the Outlet Mall over here, you've got Cheesecake Factory, and then they just opened up a ton more shopping. Target, Chick-fil-A, Shake Shack, and really everything else you would need. So having this next to OTown West, super good location for anybody living in the area. Welcome to the Society downtown Orlando. This is actually one of multiple Society type buildings that they have in Nashville and Miami and Fort Lauderdale. What makes this very interesting is that of the 484 units that are all for rent, 30% of them are going to be set aside and they're going to rent them by the bedroom. It's their kind of take on how to offer affordable housing in the downtown area. As you could probably know, our rents here for even apartments have skyrocketed. So the amazing thing about the Society is that co-living space, but they've got over 36,000 square feet of retail going in here, an insane pool, outdoor space, and really just trying to make it a destination sort of place to live in the heart of downtown Orlando, something that we haven't seen in a really long time. The wild thing about downtown Orlando is it's seeing this big resurgence of having new buildings like this get proposed. Some of them move forward, some of them don't. So to see a 26-story building like that finally come out of the earth and then get delivered here in 2023 is really exciting. I look at all of these other vacant lots in the downtown space, and it's just a matter of time before so many of these people finally invest the money and make the downtown area even more of a vibrant place to live. After almost a decade of planning, the Orlando Magic are finally ready to move forward with their entertainment district right here next to the Amway. There's over 420,000 square feet of retail, office, and a bunch of other stuff coming in here. If you've ever seen Amway live out in the crypto.com and out in LA, that's kind of what they're modeling a lot of this after. It's going to be an outdoor, indoor entertainment destination. So if you're coming to watch a Magic game or a concert, and then you want to spill out into the streets afterwards for great food, retail, and a good spot to hang out, that's what's coming right here. But let me tell you about something across the street that's now been canceled. One of the things I'm a little upset that's not coming to Orlando now is the under I-4 build out that the city had planned. There was tens of millions of dollars set aside to put parks and a lot of light at night to make this a really cool urban setting that people could use this space, and then next door, the entertainment district. They've now cut that out, and they're going to instead put parking spaces under here, because as downtown builds out, we need more and more parking that's affordable than a couple of the decks that we have going on. So there's going to be over 500 spaces underneath I-4, and the build out on that is still TBD. If you haven't checked out a Magic game or a concert at the Amway, you're absolutely missing out. Although they didn't make the playoffs this year, the Magic are a lot of fun to watch. They're a young team, up and coming, really, really cool. And if you're looking to buy or sell a house anywhere in Central Florida, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. Email us at info@pozekgroup.com. And before you leave, hit the subscribe button, as we're putting out multiple videos a week about life in Orlando. We'll see you guys on the next video.